PanCam is a panoramic camera. Yeah, that's what it stands for.
PanCam, this is the scientific eyes of the Rosalind Franklin rover. So we're looking at the scene on Mars, trying to do some geology, trying to do some atmospheric science.
The instrument is a fairly plain white box, essentially, but it's what's inside the box that's interesting.
We've packed as much science as we possibly can into what is basically a camera system.
We have two wide field cameras on the ends.
Stereo imaging cameras of the WACs, one at each end. So on a stereo baseline of about 500 millimeters for stereo imaging and plotting of routes on the Martian surface. So looking at what's in front of the rover and working out where it can go.
So each of these wide-angle cameras has a filter wheel in front of it with 11 positions, and we can move that around to look at the different colours of the light coming from the surface of Mars. And so with that we're able to not only build up a colour picture, but also to look at composition of the rocks, in particular looking at the light which is reflected from the rocks, to look at the minerals in them, and to look particularly for water-rich minerals, because of course we're looking for water and life on Mars.
And then we have a high-resolution camera.
So the HRC light path comes in, goes, hits a fold mirror, goes through a focusing mechanism in this area, and then projects onto a sensor down at this end.
This will enable us to actually see fine-scale, small-scale details on the Martian surface. For example, texture on rocks, or it will enable us to see single grains on the soil, and that's very important for the geological investigation of the surface.
We were PIs on the Optical Bench, and we produced the PIU and DC-DC converter, and they were built here.
We already delivered the hardware, so it is now in finish in Airbus. Now they're putting all the things on the rover. The project starts since 2004. So we're talking about this is 15 years of our life is working on it.
I remember the first time I saw part of PanCam and then got to handle some of it, and it was a pretty amazing experience to think that, you know, things that you've touched and helped with will hopefully be on Mars soon.
It would be a fantastic discovery to actually be able to find evidence for life anywhere else on the universe, and Mars is the nearest place we can look, and so our rover mission is specifically designed to do that.